cold out here. He's got another Java monster, guys. Be prepared. He's going to be me today.
Liquid crack.
Yeah, that's for sure. These things are like out of control.
What?
My hair is just like... Phew.
What are these?
They're like little puff sections. That's what I said. I have wings. I'm going to fly away.
Well, you're not flying. What are you doing with these?
I was...
If these are your wings, what are those?
Dude, I got 4 sets of wings.
Okay.
Well, 2 sets of wings, 4 wings.
You're a quad winged being.
Yeah, I'm a quad wing being.
Cool.
I don't know what I just said there either.
I don't know what you're saying.
We're doing fans today. Well, it's fans. It's 2.
You got it.
Yeah, it
Bingo.
is 2. Bingo wings.
Bingo.
I got those 2. I'm getting old.
The bingo wings.
I was just going to say, I'm getting old. They're starting.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And you got the flappy arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely wrong. You don't have bingo wings.
They're getting there. They shake.
Whatever.
Like when I bingo,
You got tiny little arms.
Where are you pushing me?
Nowhere.
Yeah, you took the heater from me. The one who's never
here.
cold.
Get over there. I'm not cold.
Switch. So that's what's happening today. Garage door will be shut today because it's supposed to be freezing in Florida and possibly snow. That's not why I moved to Florida.
I'm opening the garage door.
No, are you really?
Where else am I going to do all the cutting and...
Well, the whole point was so we could start warming it up for...
Look at how sad she is. I guess I'll cut in here and make a big mess.
I can't do it, guys. I'm not made for it. I moved here for a reason. This is not the reason. Snow in Florida was not my reason.
Here's what we got. This is what I was telling you guys in the last video we're going to make.
Our friend Mike from River City Fab.
So, that is our aluminum shroud, basically, for the fan. So we'll get the fan on here, lay out where our holes have to be drilled to mount it, and then figure out how we want to cut this out. It'll kind of just follow the way the fans are, or the shape of them, and we'll get that cut out. And then we have to notch this bottom section out for the condenser lines. And I don't know if I'm going to have to trim any of this off. I just kind of gave him a rough distance because I figured I'd probably have to trim it anyway. And then same with this top piece. So we've got 6 inches here, so we'll have to roll this so it doesn't hit the front sheet metal, and kind of see how much we have to cut off of it to make it work. So that's what we're working on.
I'm Steven's biggest fan.
Fantastic.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys do on Saturdays? Because we are doing this basically every weekend. Hooray.
Not every weekend.
No, it's true.
We're at car shows every weekend.
That is true. Well, but every Sunday we're usually here, and every Friday we're usually here, and Saturdays after car shows.
We didn't accomplish anything on Friday though.
No, this week we didn't. This was like the first week that we did like hang out.
Pull that release on the other side.
So guys, this is the fan. If you haven't been watching the past like 3 episodes.
3?
Yeah, well, I think we mentioned
We've been dragging this out for 3 episodes?
Yeah, well, we told everybody about
Ain't
it
no way.
the last time.
Ain't no way.
And then we opened the box when we got it from Amazon,
A
and we
box
told everybody
opening.
about it that day also.
All right. So, this is what we got.
The failure to communicate.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
Not really. The fan works.
Some men you just can't reach. So you get what we had here last week, which is the way he wants it.
What do you guys know about that?
He gets it. I don't like it any more than you men. We have to, I might like try to clamp this down so it doesn't move, and then we'll transfer punch through our holes and get our marks in our aluminum where we need to drill. On my fan, I drilled these holes out bigger so I could use 1/4-20 bolts, which is probably what I will also do on this. And I used coupling nuts. So I ran a coupling nut between the fan and the shroud, which is the perfect spacing. The length that I had, I don't remember exactly what they were. I probably still have some. Perfect spacing, so you could tighten it down. Your seal would compress a little bit, but you weren't tightening it down to where it was trying to bend or bow the plastic on the fan. The coupling nut works like a spacer too, so you can actually tighten it up. And then I just went from the back side with just a short bolt into the coupling nut, and then a bolt from here down into the coupling nut. That way you could unbolt the fan from the shroud without taking the shroud completely off of the car, or in this case, the truck. So we'll do probably the same exact thing because it worked the first time. So we'll do it again.
Where did the word shroud came from?
Where did it came from?
Yeah, where did the word shroud came from?
I have no idea.
That's like a very interesting word. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense,
Well,
huh?
I am going to look up the origin of definition.
You
for the word
go
shroud.
for it and let me know. Frickin' transfer punch in.
Dad just came in. He heard us inside, and the door was shut. So he was making sure that we weren't just some bumbling,
Somewhat.
I was gonna say bumbling idiots inside of here.
We are bumbling idiots.
Yeah.
He was checking to make sure it was the correct bumbling idiots in here.
In case y'all were wondering, the word shroud comes from Nordic origin.
From what?
Nordic.
Nordic.
Yeah, it's like Viking style and all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I liked that word.
It's for the word cover. So it originally started as like clothing and stuff like that. But so that's a cover. Is that really just a cover then?
Technically, no. The fan shroud would actually be technically covering a mechanical fan on an engine so that you don't get your fingers chopped off. But
what's this purpose?
this is more going to be directing airflow, but I still call it a shroud.
Oh, so it's not really a shroud.
Sure, well, yeah, why not? I mean, it'll keep you from being able to reach in back here and chop your fingers off. So, I mean, technically, it's kind of
a protective cover.
Covering it.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
All right. I need you
to
hold this down so it does not move.
Are you going to smash my fingers?
No. Okay. Why would I do that?
I smashed my mom's finger once with a hammer. No, that's a lie. She smashed my finger with a hammer and I stapled her finger.
I put a nail through Joey's finger.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Me and my mom were trying to reupholster my old kitchen chairs. They came out great.
Yeah, sure they did.
They really did. But I mean, there was definitely some blood and bruises on that one.
Your mom paid the price for it.
Mom, you remember that? We banged the shroud.
Punched. Let's get some markage. Some marky mark.
And the Funky Bunch? So this is all getting cut out then?
Correct. All right, y'all. Are y'all ready to see what we got? Are we ready? Did it work? Do we have marks?
I was ready.
Bam!
Oh, hold on. You know what this looks like?
You tell me, Jackie.
Are we gonna cut holes out there too? Those are the markings for the cutout, right?
yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Definitely.
So.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Always, you just always falling into stuff.
I fell into you.
Yeah. I was moving that line over.
Why?
Because I wanted to. Well, the marker wasn't in there where it needed to be.
Oh, I thought you just drew that on for fanciness or something.
No.
I didn't get
Nothing fancy happening here.
I got it now. No fancy pants or anything.
Nothing fancy, nothing fancy.
Okay.
Then we need this guy. Get off of there. Let go. What are
This
you
looks
laughing
like
at?
you're giving it a bra.
Man, what are you talking about? Okay, so that's what we'll be cutting out. All this, that.
Getting a little plastic surgery over here.
Yeah. All right, I think that'll do. Now, I don't know if I want to cut this with a grinder or cut this with a jigsaw. I just hate cutting aluminum with a grinder.
So then why wouldn't you cut it with a jigsaw?
I don't know if I have a jigsaw blade.
Oh.
So, now that we got that marked, let's see what we're gonna have to do in here. Oh, look at that, Jackie learned.
What did I do?
You're learning.
What am I learning?
You learned to look behind you before just walking backwards.
I
just
do.
witnessed it.
I just-
Normally you just start walking backwards until you're falling over everything.
Well, I walk so slow so my foot would hit whatever it's on first.
Yeah.
You just marking your spots?
Yeah, I'm just getting the marks. I need to start cutting some of the excess off the top so we can start trying to get this worked up in there. So.
Okay. That was really fun.
I'm glad you had a good time.
I did. It was like Club Customs.
Cut these corners off of here. Cutting corners.
Don't you know better than that?
Yeah.
Never cut corners.
I'm cutting corners. It's getting close. We gotta move that back too.
What do you have to move back?
This cut. So I think my AC lines are gonna hit it. Now, will you fit? Oh, we're close. Now I gotta trim out for that adjuster nut on that steering gearbox. And then we're almost there. I think I want to grind these down just a little bit too.
What are you grinding?
Those. Just grind them back a little bit so I don't have to cut any more into this roll, because that's where those sit, and those two cutouts right there. But we got to trim out for this right here.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'll take a measurement and see how much we have to cut out. We'll come back an 1.5 inches. Grind those pieces down and see what we got. Will it fit? Jackie, will it fit?
Oh, I know it fits.
Oh boy. Would you look at that? Looking at, you know, our fan mounting box.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? So I'm gonna take it back out. I'm gonna trim a little bit more of this right here because we're still a little bit off of the core support. Not much, it's close. So we can grind that just a little bit more on both sides. That's about all we need, I think. Looks like we're good. I don't think we're hitting anywhere. Might need to take a little bit off of that back corner. So this could move in just a little bit more. And our AC line is close right here. So we'll take a little bit more. And that should do it. Then we can start cutting out for the fan and then figure out where we're gonna mount this thing. I'm gonna drill some holes to mount it. But that is what we will have.
Wow.
Bam. And I might even, get fancy and, cut this back out for the You know, nice little roll here. Not that we need those, we're not using them. This is where, I think that's where the fresh air for the cab came in originally. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I've never worked on one of these trucks before. Not original, anyway, so yeah. And I've never paid enough attention to know if it's for the fresh air intake or not. I'm assuming it is, because that's how the cars were like that. 54 was like that. Fresh air came in through the front, about the same spot. All right, so that's what we have.
It's a nice shroud,
Yeah,
aka cover.
And then probably try to maybe bend this in a little bit more up here. But once we have this piece bolted up here, like so, we can actually seal this thing too if we wanted to. Now the air has no choice but to be pushed through the radiator and condenser, which is what we want. I'm also, the piece I modified up here to go around this radiator, because this isn't the correct radiator for this truck. This radiator's for a Chevy. The GMC was a little bit different. So the GMC, actually, the radiator set below this top piece. And I had to trim this out to get the radiator sitting back in there where it needed to be. But it's the radiator that they already had, so we made it work. So what I'm gonna do is where I cut it out up here, I'm gonna make a seal that goes around here. And when you bolt the radiator in, it'll seal that. So you won't have air coming up through here. It will also be forced through the radiator. So you want to force as much air through the radiator as you possibly can. That's how you keep stuff cool, folks.
You're pretty cool.
You're cool.
I'm so not cool. I'm such a nerd.
You're the coolest nerd I know. Nerd Jackie.
That's me. And don't forget, guys, the fan is linked in our description. It's just an Amazon fan.
Well, it's a Flex-a-lite fan is actually what it is, but it's off of Amazon. But the brand is Flex-a-lite, which I'm guessing is decent. Like I said, I haven't had any issues with the one I'm running on my car. It's survived almost 40,000 miles. You know, it's like anything else. This one may stop working in like 3 weeks. You never know. It's anything like any of the other parts I'm getting lately.
But you just had to go and get a new seal today for the 54.
Yeah, sure did.
What are you doing in there?
Marking this flange, so if I decide to cut it off, I can. It's really not necessary. We're not using those for anything except for over here. It will be where our AC lines pass back through. And over here maybe some wiring passing through for the fans or anything else we put in here, which probably will be nothing. All of our headlight wiring will be obviously up in the fender. So I think the only thing we'll have coming through here will be for the fans. But I don't know if I'll pass that wiring through that big giant hole or if I'll just pop a hole up in the corner and put a little rubber grommet in there and bring my wiring out for the fans. We'll probably put plugs on these too. I don't like to hardwire these in. So if you need to remove the fan for anything, which on mine I did, I think I mentioned the blade issue I had with it. So I had to pull the fan out, and it does make it a lot easier when you have it on a plug and you don't have to cut your wires and reconnect it, which in my case would mean resoldering it because I don't like using just the plastic cover butt connectors for anything. It looks terrible. And I mean, they'll work okay if you've got decent ones and you crimp them correctly, they're fine, but I just don't like the way it looks. It looks cheap. So my car, I soldered everything and put heat shrink over it. Actually, what I did on a lot of my connections on my car, let's see if I have them. They're here somewhere. Anyway, it's a butt connector without any kind of plastic covering. It's just a metal connector that normally I'll just crimp those on there. I'll slide a piece of heat shrink on, crimp that, and then solder the wires into that metal butt connector, and then slide the heat shrink back over and shrink it. Yeah, it's like these guys here. So it's just butt connectors without any kind of insulator on it. And then that way, it just makes it a little bit easier. You can crimp that so the wires are held in place, and then just run your solder inside of those, and works great. That's what I did on all my connections on my car. And we'll probably do the same thing on here. We gotta roll all these corners too. You know, all the stuff to make it look good.
Make it stand out above all the others.
You'll never see it.
You will. You'll know.
I'll
You'll
know
lose
it's
sleep
there.
over it.
You're right.
He really will, guys. That's not a joke.
We're like, dang, I never rounded those edges. I gotta take it all back apart. It's just not right. I may bend this actually out and over to this metal piece.
For what reason?
To make it look good. Oh man, we should just follow this.
I know you were going to do that.
You didn't know.
I know you.
You don't know me, lady.
I know you.
You don't know me. Okay. But I gotta decide though if I'm gonna bend this thing this way first, because if I bend it this way,
You're going to lose too
then
much.
those won't be correct. So decisions. Effing decisions.
If you bend those, will it make a difference if you have to take it out? Well, it's really just the fan you would end up having to take out.
No, yeah, you can just unbolt the fan, but if you had to take this out, if I were to bend those, or bend that back this way, it would actually help. It would be easier to remove, because right now when you start pulling it out, the top of this, you're kind of dragging it on the outside edges of the condenser. So it might actually make it easier to remove.
So there's the decision. Oh, apparently I'm in the way.
You are right in the way.
Yeah.
What if I motorboat it?
I mean, tempting.
Motorboating. Sometimes you gotta motorboat it. I'm gonna roll these edges too. Let's, where's my maca? It's my maca. Oh man, that thing's stuck in there forever now. Well, can't get it out. It's gotta live there now.
For real?
No. Yeah, we gotta take a little bit of material off of these. Not this side. This one's good. No, it's not. I take a little material off of both of these, because these stick out a little bit further. A little farther.
The father.
Your father. I'm gonna do this. Put this where we want it. And put this on top.
And then clamp.
I don't know if I want to pull on that thing right there. It might try to bend it back here.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, especially since that weld is already cracked.
Oh yeah, Steven's got to send it back so they can weld the inside.
Yeah, they welded the outside and ground the welds off of it, and they cracked. So I'm gonna have them weld the inside so that we don't have to worry about crackage.
Say no to crack.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I needed to go the opposite way.
You can't use the brake outside?
No, this is too thick for the brake.
We're gonna try it, guys. We're gonna try the brake.
Brake's not designed to break something this thick, but seeing as we're only trying to kick this like a few degrees, we might be all right. If we were trying to break it 90, pull that handle down.
Ooh, did it work?
Yeah, except I keep screwing up. I need to go the other way.
Did it again.
There we go.
Man, I had a bright idea.
Yeah, if you try to break this 90 though, with that thickness, you could chance busting the die in this. So don't do that. But just to, you know, kick it a few degrees, it's fine. If it were actually steel this thick, I wouldn't even try it.
But because aluminum.
But it's aluminum, metal, so it bends easy. Here's what we got. It fits. She fits. I'm still probably gonna pull this in some more up here. I haven't decided it 100%, but we got her in, and I've got it marked where I'm gonna drill our holes. And I haven't decided yet. I mean, we're bolting to sheet metal, but I can back this with a piece of angle or something and kind of sandwich the sheet metal in there with angle on the backside, which I may do. We'll see. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. It fits in there so tight that it probably won't need anything, but I like to, you know, overkill. Overkill. So, let's see, this side looks like it might need to go up just a little bit. Yeah, now she matches. Now, let's get some holes drilled in it so we can mount this thing, and then we'll pull it back out and start cutting out for our fans. For the fans. It's for the fans.
We're doing it for you guys.
We're doing it for the fans.
So for Damien.
Well, I mean, he's still, you know, holding that #1 spot.
I know.
According to the internet.
Yeah, Facebook tells us Damien's our #1 fan.
He is. He just doesn't like to admit it.
No, he admits it with pride. He sends us screenshots whenever he's on a streak.
He's like, look at these dorks that I have to watch, but he secretly loves us.
He watches us in the shower. He doesn't watch Steven and I in the shower. He's in the shower when he watches us. I had to clarify that.
Thanks
one.
for clarifying that. And what size bolts do we want to hold this on with, Jackie?
5/8.
Oh God, no. That's a 5/8 bolt.
Yeah, that's very large. That's large and in charge.
Yeah, I don't think
that's overkill.
I don't think we need that.
All right, let's go down in size.
5/16 is what you...
Oh, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. I was like, the second fin down from the top is where we need to be. That's
actually
really funny.
Let's go with 3/8, just because we have more 3/8.
Okay.
We have a bigger 3/8 selection, so we'll go with 3/8. So, give me 8 3/8 flat washers, 4 lock washers, and 4 nuts. Flat washers.
No. Okay, wait. I need 8 of what?
Flats.
Okay.
And make sure they're the same size because there's some different diameters in there. 2. And then 4 of these.
Okay,
and 4 of those.
Okay, I got it now.
She's got it.
When are you gonna label these so I know where to go?
Never.
What?
I already know what they are. 1 down. 2. 3. And 4. That's all we need, I think. I mean, it'd be cool to have some up here in the top, but I can't even get the drill in there. I need some short drill bits, like extra shorties.
Not from Harbor Freight.
No. And then we could get in there with the angle drill. I might be able to get the step bit in there with the angle drill, but let's see what's up behind here. Oh, we're gonna be up there dealing with that fender brace if we go that high. Let's see. We could probably still get in there, but also, you know, don't really know that it's necessary.
This is necessary.
I wish I had a shrinker stretcher.
You say that on almost every single episode.
Sorry.
I think you need to get yourself one.
Repetitive.
Welcome to the Department of Redundancy.
Welcome to the Department of Redundancy Department.
Yeah.
So if we had a shrinker stretcher, we could break a piece of sheet metal 90 degrees in here and we can run it through the shrinker and roll it like this. And then it could bolt in up here to the shroud, and we could bolt it to this. You have to notch it for these guys, but I might be able to, well, I don't know if we could bolt it though. Anything sticking through there might interfere with that hood brace, so that might not work. But it would work if we wanted to totally seal this off, which also is not really 100% necessary. We're going to be moving enough air through there for what we need to do. Know what I'm saying? Let's see this. Let's see what this looks like. I can't work with gloves on. Not when it comes to, you know, bolting stuff together. That looks like a fine thread 3/8. You managed to get probably the one fine thread we have in the whole bin.
So we'll get another one.
Yeah.
Are we cutting circles?
Well, we're gonna cut these corners off down here that we marked, and then it's circle cutting time.
We're in the car.
Headed to Ace Hardware.
Ooh, need stuff.
Oh man, it's dark in here.
Yeah,
We need coupling nuts.
it's cold.
We'll be right back.
We'll see you.
We are back from Ace Hardware. So we have our 1/4 coupling nuts. So if this camera would focus, yeah, whatever. So these will go back behind here at our hole. We'll bring a bolt up through the backside with a flat and a lock and all that good stuff. We picked up some short bolts. Those will get bolted in. Then the fan will sit over the top of the coupling nuts, and then we'll put a bolt through these holes and bolt the fan on. So that's what we got going. Also gonna have to drill these holes out in the fan a little bit bigger, because it's got little baby holes. So the fan actually, it comes with these brackets that would attach to it like that, and then you can bolt those, but we didn't really have room for all that stuff, so we're gonna do it the way we did it for my car and throw these in the trash. Stupid little things are almost $3 a piece. It's like $2.79 per nut, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. When this is all said and done, we'll also take these bolts back out and put some Loctite on them. That way, if we ever pull the fan loose from the shroud, we don't have to worry about the coupling nut trying to spin. Because if it does that, then you're gonna have to try to disassemble this whole thing out of there, and with the fan attached to it, that would not be easy. I don't know if it would even come out of there, honestly, with the fan attached to it. So we'll make sure that they're locked down on there really well. I had that happen once on mine, and it was a real pain to get it off of there. what are the chances that all of these line up perfect? Looks pretty close. We'll find out though. And that's what she looks like on the inside, folks. And that's what she looks like installed. Should work like a champ. I think the only other thing that I'm gonna do to this is bend this some more so that we can close up this gap we have through here. That way the air has no choice but to flow up through the radiator. So we'll trim this edge off just a little bit on both sides and just break this thing back just a little bit more so it's real close to this, and then probably run like a little piece of rubber up here on the top so this touching this closes it up. But that's going to be tomorrow because I'm done for the night. So we'll be back on it at some point tomorrow, get that finished up, and probably build something to get the steering column locked into place. So I built this aluminum piece here because the shop that was working on the truck before us hacked a giant hole in the firewall. So built that, but we need something on the back side to lock that column in place. Get going.
I'm on. You're the one not talking.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's the next day.
Yeah.
I'm already in trouble.
Already in trouble. I would like for this to drop some more, but we can't do that.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
Do the people know what you're doing?
Yeah. They know I'm working on a truck. I have to make a basically a lock for this column to hold it in place. So I think I explained last night that I had to make this aluminum piece. It's not all the way bolted in, that's why there's a gap right there. But made this aluminum piece because the other shop hacked a massive hole in the firewall in the wrong spot. Also, it's like, you know, way over here, and it looks like they cut it in the firewall with like a hammer and chisel. Don't know why. So anyway, made this aluminum piece to cover that and you know, to make this look a little nicer. So we're gonna go on the inside. We're gonna make another plate like this, but we're gonna make it out of steel and
Black wind.
what?
You said steel and I said black wind, fire and steel.
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh man, man of war.
So we have this collar with a set screw in it. When I'll weld, or I'll break a piece of steel, I'll put this same hole in it, I'll weld this collar to it, and then this collar has a set screw. We'll be able to lock that column in place. I might even drill the column and lock it down with the set screw, and then drill and tap this thing again, and then drill the column so we can basically pin it in place so that it can't move. The set screw would probably be fine and probably hold it, but if we lock it with a set screw and pin it, there's no chance of it ever being able to try to twist in there. So I think that's what we're doing right now. I wanted this measurement of what we have here because this is where the column needs to be. If the more you push the column into the truck, the more this steering rod starts to lift. The more this starts to lift, the closer we're going to get to this header tube right here. So we're already pretty close. It has clearance, it doesn't hit, but it's close. This one is not gonna matter because I think I'm gonna see if I have enough of this, the double D shaft down into here that I can cut this back right here. That'll give this some more clearance. Obviously I can't cut it back here because we wouldn't have enough of the double D shaft inside of the hollow tube down here. So this is a, this works like a slip joint. So if they ever rear end somebody or somebody, you know, smashes into the front of the truck, it doesn't try to, you know, jam the column into your chest. You have movement in here, but like I said, we'll be cutting some of this back so it's got some more movement. Right now, that's all you would have. So you have 3 inches of travel there. So I want to see how far this goes into here because I can't remember. It's been a while since I messed with it. And then we'll cut this back to here if we can.
Is that a thing in all steering wheel? Like all steering columns? Where it has the give?
Most factory columns, that's how they're built.
Okay.
My car is not built that way, so I'll just have the steering column jammed through my chest if someone ever crashes into me.
Oh, that wouldn't traumatize me or anything.
No, not at all. All right, so we got to get these bolts out of here and get that out of there. And I said that was 2 1/4, right? Yeah, right.
Yes, you did.
Correct.
You are still going to be over here, right?
You are.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What am I doing?
You're taking this column out of this truck.
Oh, snap.
Dang, lady. Dang.
Dang. Well, I don't know, you just like surprise me with these things. You know, it's like surprise.
Surprise!
Mother, some fries.
Large fries, mother.
You're saying all the F-bombs.
Sorry. No one heard it.
Do I need my gloves?
Yeah, you might want them.
I always like to have my gloves. Not to mention it's cold out.
I always like to have my gloves.
Don't make fun of me.
Well, someone has to do it. Okay, here's what you're doing.
Okay.
You're on the bottom one?
Mm-hmm. What are we removing?
These set screws in this universal joint. Did it come loose?
Yes. That's what you're talking about the give.
Yeah, we can't cut that.
Why?
You gotta have that inside of there.
Okay. So what does that mean for today's project?
It means it's just gonna end up with 3 inches of travel, which is fine. So we can't reverse this. We can cut a little, but not much. But cutting it now won't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish with it. It'll only accomplish it having more upward travel, which the 3 inches should be plenty. So obviously you've got, you're going to be a foot away from the column. So if this were to get hit, you got plenty of travel there before the column tries to take you out. So.
It's still safer than your car.
Yeah, thanks. I cleaned it up. So this big square hole here is what they had, but I mean, that's even after I cleaned it up, and that's how terrible it looked. So they had the column like it would have been pushed like way over here.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. It wasn't even anywhere remotely where it needed to be.
Yeah, and I was like, what was y'all's plan?
They thought you'd be driving on an angle, like steering wheel coming on an angle.
I don't know what they thought, but they didn't think it through very well, that's for sure.
So reality, you just think these people with this truck just basically bit off way more than they could chew.
I guess that, or they just did not care at all. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way they operate. They just like doing horrible work. I don't know. See, this also has a set screw. This has a set screw in this piece here that holds the column. So between what we're gonna do and having that set screw in there should hold it in place pretty good.
Valerie is putting in a different steering wheel as well, correct?
Yes. Yeah, this steering wheel's going in the bus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. They taped the column up real nice. That should be fun to clean up.
Why would they do that?
So they didn't scratch it.
Oh.
They were worried about scratching the column, but they weren't worried about anything else, like, you know, good work. All right, so this is our aluminum piece that goes on the outside. I don't really have to make this break in it because I have 4 holes at the bottom, so I can actually just make a flat plate the same size as this right here without having the upward break. So I will trace this out, cut this hole, and then we'll take this piece and I'm going to grind this edge off of it so that when you set it here lined up with the circle, that it will sit flat back here, so it won't take much. Then when we cut this thing out and get the same size hole in it, we'll set this right over the hole and weld this to that plate. So then when you bolt this to the outside of the firewall, it will have the same bolt holes on here. So we'll be basically sandwiching the firewall with these 2 plates, and then we'll be able to just lock that set screw down on the column, keep it held in place. That's the plan. We'll see how it works when it's done. We're gonna get a second hole drilled and tapped in the side of this thing. And this one will actually, we'll drill a hole in the bottom of the column also, so that whatever we put in here, which I think I'm just gonna do, I'll just do a quarter 20 in here, and I'll use a bolt. That way we can bottom the bolt out and just have just enough sticking through the inside of the sleeve here that it will go up into the column and keep it from ever being able to twist. We got our supervisor here. Gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Supervisor's on the scene. I need a flapper wheel to open that thing up. All right. Camera decided to shut off. Have no idea if it recorded anything, but that's the piece. She's welded up, drilled, tapped, all that good stuff. So we just need to get the column cleaned up, back in the truck, locate it, and then we can center punch the column and get that hole drilled for that bolt. And then this just needs to be painted and it's done. Jackie's back.
I went to yoga. I got my yoga on. This is the stuff that you absolutely hate to do, isn't it?
I mean, it's, you know, not my favorite.
Did you like to pick like bark off of trees and stuff as a kid?
No, you weirdo.
What? That stuff was so fun. Or like picking like paint chips off and stuff.
Cool, I'm glad you're having fun.
This is extremely fun. Did you miss me?
I did.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hi.
While Jackie's peeling tape off of a steering column, I'm cutting flanges off of a header. Actually, 2 headers.
What's a phalange?
A flange?
Oh, flange. I thought you said phalange like phalanges. Like flying phalanges.
Nope, flange,
Okay.
this.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this would have had a rolled piece on the end where this couldn't come off.
Okay.
This is what you would bolt to your collector to the rest of the exhaust.
Gotcha.
These are garbage. They leak. Any of you that run headers, you know. Collectors leak. Always. Constantly. They're terrible. It blows the gaskets out. So we cut those off and then we'll put a V-band clamp and TIG the V-band clamp to the headers, and then obviously to the exhaust, and everywhere we have a separation in the exhaust we'll have a V-band clamp, and they do not leak. So that's what we're going with.
I like a really long pole. Woo! Yeah.
It's just pure excitement. Good job. Keep up the good work.
That's all I'm good for. Peeling stuff.
Whatever. Forgot my sweet safety glasses with my amazing repair job.
I mean, you are a repairman
Yeah.
of the highest caliber.
Oh yeah, right. You can tell by my safety glasses.
You can tell by those safety glasses.
We're gonna have to figure out where our bung has to be.
Bong?
Bung.
Oh, I mean, I thought you said bong, and it kind of looks like one.
No, it's a bung. It's your bung hole. You gotta figure out where your bung hole
Your
has
bung
to be.
hole is. Oh crap! I forgot to get toilet paper.
Because this is going to have an O2 sensor sticking out, so we'll have to put the headers on the truck so that we can figure out where this is going to be clocked. Then we'll weld this pipe to the header so we have our spot for our O2 sensor. Then we'll cut this flange off also, because this was the flange that would have bolted to the flange that was originally on the header with your crappy gaskets that we're not going to use. So we'll use V-band clamps, which I don't know if you guys have used these, but they are pretty fantastic. So you've got these machined surfaces, and you have a male side and a female side that lock together, and then your clamp is shaped like a V. So, and you're on that angle there, like this. It's got the V shape. So the more you tighten this thing down, the tighter these two surfaces get together. And once you lock those things down, they don't leak. So the way they work, you just slide your clamp up onto your exhaust wherever you want it, and then just TIG weld all the way around. Do the same thing on the other side, and then put them together, put your clamp on there, and lock them down. So that's what I have on my car. They work really well. And you can take your exhaust on and off as much as you want. You don't have to worry about gaskets or anything. And they seal back up tight every single time you remove them. So that's what this truck's getting. We're probably not going to do any of that yet. I may get a couple of these pieces tacked together, but we'll do all the complete exhaust on the truck once the frame is painted and the truck is going back together. That's when we'll deal with all of that.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Give it a little shimmy, you know.
We did. Put it through and you'll slide up onto it.
Put the shaft in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But first, I got.
Let me know when you're ready now.
Ready?
Oh, I can go in now?
Yep.
I can't do this with my gloves on.
Told you. You thought I was making that crap up.
Holy crap. That was rough.
Problem is they've got it against a flat piece in there to where you can't turn the freaking nut. And there is no bolt, through bolt. It's a stud on there. So just another
wonderful job.
Stupid move by stupid people. Not planning. So that means I gotta try to get in there and cut that lip off of the back section back there in order to even be able to tighten these friggin' nuts up. Just never ending with this thing. Let's try to tighten these.
You need me to hold them?
Yeah, I'll tighten them from out there if you want to hold them in here. And there we have it. Column locked in place. Doesn't move. And like I said, I'm still gonna go in here and I think drill the column.
Where?
I mean, I tightened this set screw up and it's got this thing held in place pretty good. I probably don't even need to drill into it. I still got this set screw also up here. That's gonna get locked down. So once we get this thing tight, I mean, the only movement we have now is because this clamp isn't tight, and then they've taken the brace that goes from the firewall to the dash loose, so that has to get bolted back in. So once that brace is bolted in and these are tight, we'll be good. The column will be nice and secure. So that is going to do it for that. Gotta pull the steering wheel too and add that guy to it because we're going to a 9-bolt steering wheel.
Does she have the steering wheel already?
Yes.
Do we have the steering wheel?
It's right here.
Oh, guys, there it is.
It's right there.
Did you show them? Do they know?
No, probably not.
Ooh.
There it is.
I like it.
In all of its glory.
Good choice, Valerie. Good choice.
I'm the one that picked it out
Oh.
and sent it to her. She refused to pick out a steering wheel
Oh,
for
that's
some
right.
reason.
Look how small I look right now.
I'm not even standing up.
Look. That's gonna be it. Leaning Tower of Stephen.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're working on next. Obviously the truck, but there's a lot to do.
Well,
so I'll make these, decisions like maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Because we'll be right back on it tomorrow.
That's true. And you got to work on your car a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We may go to a car show over the weekend that you guys will see. It's actually Pat's birthday. Happy birthday, Pat.
Probably not. I think it's supposed to be cold and rainy.
I know. So it just might be lunch. It might not be like the whole standard, like, let's embarrass everybody with their cars.
When's the 10th?
Friday night. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So happy birthday, Pat.
Yeah. So he'll get an early happy birthday from
tomorrow.
us. We love you big.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I just wrote that.
That was a really good song.
For
Pat?
Yeah.
That was really loving. What's wrong?
You're just like hanging on to me for dear life. Like,
I mean, honestly, you're nice and toasty, so there's that.
okay. You don't really like me. You're just trying to stay warm. I
Yeah.
understand.
Quite a few of you have asked for our address, by the way. We have a P.O. box now, so if you go on the website, www.sawcustoms.com, the address will be on there.
Giving out an address, people will show up at the house.
Honestly, guys, it's happened.
To multiple people.
Yeah, and I had a really crazy stalker in my life. It was scary. If you're interested and you meet me, I'll tell you the story because it's kind of wild.
So yeah, P.O. box if
Yeah.
anybody has something they need to send us.
Yeah, and
I'm assuming that's why you want the address.
yeah,
Sending us cool stuff maybe?
yeah,
I don't know.
or Saw Customs Girl location.
Yeah, watch out for that. They'll get you.
Yeah, that's really a Google search, guys. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, anyway, don't do that. And
Don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy. But yes,
Jackie's creepy enough for all
I'm
of us.
very creepy. Our shirts have, design has officially gone into the printer, so he's on vacation, I think for the next week. I know, I think
On
he comes,
vacation?
Yeah, I think he gets back into office
Man,
tomorrow.
You better tighten up.
I know, right? Hey,
Just kidding.
he watches our channel. We just found that out, so that's really exciting. So thanks, Stitches and Screens.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, right? We're crazy. But so yeah,
I'm
hopefully.
not. You are.
I am. Hopefully within the next month, we will have our new shirts out and new stickers to go along with the shirts, and we will have our hats. So we'll have 2 new hats, hopefully 2 new hats. I'm trying to design a second design. So yeah, if you didn't know, I've done a couple of our simple designs. I can't get extravagant. So all of our little like logos and decals have been me channeling my inner brother, because my brother is an awesome artist and graphic artist. I just didn't get that end of the stick. So.
Oh, well, Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Michael, why don't you make us something?
Tighten up.
Michael, we want a design from you. I just called him out big time. I'm holding you to it.
I don't think you can hold him to it because he didn't agree to it.
Dang it, I know. Oh well.
He's going to be like, no.
Yeah,
I got better things to do.
yeah. I'm ordering one of my first parts for my Etzel. That's ridiculously exciting for me because I've never done this stuff before. I mean, that's a lie. I already.
You and your lies.
Yeah, I lie a lot.
Good Lord.
I know.
You can't make it through a conversation without admitting that you're lying.
Jeez, liar, liar, pants on fire.
Stop lying.
Yeah. I also learned that the little emblem inside of the horse collar of the Etzel is called the pickle. I think that's so funny.
We're in a pickle, Dick.
Yeah, so Steven said it this morning. That means there's a pickle on the grill.
It's a grilled pickle.
It's a grilled pickle. Yeah,
Lame.
that's it. I'm easily amused if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, they noticed.
Yeah,
We've been doing this for a year.
it's kind of insane.
They are aware.
We also noticed that the whole year we've been working on this truck.
Man, we haven't been working on this truck the whole year.
We've done a lot of other stuff too.
I have done lots of things.
Yeah, you actually have done lots of things, and we've gone an incredible amount of places. So,
Yeah.
but I'm sure you're sick
I
of
think
us.
I figured it up. Oh, I figured it up a while back. I think I have like right at 3 months in this truck. As far as like if,
Hours-wise.
Hours-wise, like if you were to work on it 40 hours a week, I think I got about 3 months in it.
That's not including all my help I've given for free.
But there was just a massive amount of rush repair and all sorts of things. But anyway, none of that matters.
I'm proud of you.
We're going to get it done.
And get on the 53, Damien.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you for watching. As always, like, we really seriously appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and go on the website and get yourself some really cool merch that
Do it.
helps fund our builds.
it.
And
Bacardi and cola. Do it.
that's right, I forgot about that.
Do it.
What's your favorite like weird commercial?
I mean, that wasn't a commercial.
That's just the. What is it?
What?
Yeah.
It was Starsky and Hutch, the remake. Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
I haven't watched that. We should watch that. It's been a really long time.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
a
know.
good one.
Why not?
What's your guys' favorite car-related movie? I just wanted to hit that up and see.
Just to find out.
Yeah, we did the Smokey and the Bandit situation already. So
Smokey and the Bandit's a great movie.
Steven's not a fan of American Graffiti, in case you were wondering. Kind of
No.
wild.
It's good. It's just a little bit cheesy. But, I mean, a lot of the older movies are kind of cheesy.
I like cheesy.
You are cheesy.
And you like me, so you do like cheesy.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Look at me. Now look away.
I didn't look away.
You left me hanging. Time for tacos.
Taco time.